Today we're going to learn how to highlight points inside a cycle or at the intersection of two cycles using geometry nodes, perfect for creating eye-catching data animations. So let's do it. Let's go to geometry nodes, create a new profile. I'm going to close the timeline because today we don't need it. And let's start using a grid and convert it in points. Let's make it bigger, something like 10 by 10. And let's add points with distribute points on faces. Let's increase the number of points. Let's convert these points in UV spheres with instance on points. Select UV sphere, and I want to match the size of these UV spheres with the radius of these points. So the only thing I have to do is, in scale, use radius, because this node is using the information, the radius of the points. So now we have spheres, UV spheres, with the size of the points, as you can see. Okay, now let's make these spheres smoother with set shade smooth. Perfect. And now let's give a material. With set material, let's select the default material, and let's see the material view. Go to the shade editor and select, for example, red. So later we're going to select another color, for example, green. Okay, so we have this base. We have a grid with a lot of points, UV spheres. And what I want now is to make a selection based in the size of a cycle. So how we do that? To do this, I'm going to disable this so we can see better the points. To do this, we're going to use here separate geometry. Separate. This node allows you, based in a selection, to separate the geometry in two outputs: the selection and the inversion, what is not selected. So later we can see what is selected, show it in green, what is not selected in red or any other color. So how we do a selection based in a cycle? Let's start with the base. Let me show this again. Let's do a cycle from the center of this point. So we want to work with position, right? This node, position, have the information, the position of all the points. Okay. What we can do is to calculate the distance between each point and the center. So I want to get, for example, the length between this point and the center, or maybe this one, or this one that is closer. So all the points, I want to get the distance. Why? Because later I can create a condition. So to do this, we have the position of all the points, and now the only thing we have to do is to use a vector math and select length. Let's select length, and this is calculating the distance, this line that I was drawing before. So thanks to this, it's calculating the distance, the length, for all the points. Now, based in this distance, we can create a condition to use a selection. So let's use, for example, less than. Let's select float because this is a float. We want to work with decimals. And let's connect this here. So now what we are saying is select all the points that the length between the position of the point and the center is less than something. Now we don't see anything because we have 0. But if we increase this, as you can see, now it's selecting the points that the length between this point or every point and this position is less than this number. More you increase this, then more points we have. Okay, we can do this, or we can do the inversion. Select all the points that the distance between the point and the center is greater than this number. So we have like a radius, right? This number is the radius, as you can see, of this invisible cycle that we have, that the center is this, where we can increase this or make it smaller. Okay, we know how to do that. And now what we can do, if I use the inversion, look, it's going to show you the inversion of this selection. So what we can do is to give another color to the inversion or the selection. So let's, for example, move this here, and let's make a copy and connect this here. And let's use join geometry because I want to join both spheres. But what I want is to use a different color. So let's select, for example, right now we have white for inside. So let's use actually red for outside. And let's create a new material. Let's go to shade editor. So this one, red, will be inside. Actually, let's change it because now it's confusing. Inside. And let's duplicate this. And let's say outside. And outside will be red. Let's come back to geometry nodes. And the selection, okay, let's make it that makes sense. So I want to select in selection what is inside, less than. So makes more sense, okay? Inside this, and the inversion, what is the opposite of this, let's make it red. Okay, now makes more sense, right? So thanks to this, I can select, highlight points inside an area. Okay, now what I want to do is to create like a cycle so we can see better this cycle. And I want to match it with this information. So to do this, let me just put some nodes here. Okay, so I have this here, so you can see better which points are which points. And now I want to create like a cycle. So let's do this cycle. For example, let's go here and do a curve cycle. And let me preview this. We have a cycle. Let's give a mesh to the cycle with curve to mesh. Let's use another curve cycle as a profile. And let's decrease this. Maybe something like that. Okay, maybe a little more. Okay. So we have this cycle. And what I want right now is to match this cycle. So actually, let's join it here. I want to match this cycle with this selection. So if this is the radius, what we can do is to match this radius. So let's use value, not this one, value, and let's connect this here. And this will be the radius of this. Okay, perfect. Let's call this cycle radius. And at the same time is the selection, as you can see. So now we can see better. But now the real question. Okay, this is really cool, Shan, but how I can move this cycle? Because all the time is from the center. Good point. So to do this, what we have to do is to add here a vector math. And now, if we move this, it's going to the opposite direction. I mean, I'm pushing this to the positive y, as you can see, so in this direction, and is going in the direction. So let's use subtract. So now, as you can see, it's following the real position. Okay, and now we need to move this to follow this position. So what I can do is to use set position, for example, or instance on points. Let's use, for example, set position, and let's create a vector. So I need to create a vector for this vector, and this will be the position of the cycle, and with this we are going to control the offset of the cycle white. And now it should work, as you can see. So let's call this cycle position. So with these two controls, that is working for the selection and to represent, to visualize the cycle, we can control the position of the cycle and the radius. And whatever is inside, we're applying a color. But also what you can do is to do more things. For example, we can say that the ones that are inside be bigger. So what we can do is to use, for example, a scale instance. Actually, what we can do is to multiply this value, because remember we are using the radius of the points. So we can multiply or just add a little bit, as you can see. Remember, I'm using the radius that is connected in a scale. So thanks to this, or you can use multiply if you want, we can increase a little bit these points. And now they are more highlighted. Let's make it a bit bigger. And that's it. That's how we highlight points inside a cycle. Now, if you want, we're going to go a step further. How to highlight points that are inside two cycles. So to do another cycle, for example, this one, and to select the intersection of both cycles, so this part, that means the points that are inside both selections, both cycles, you will see that is really easy. The only thing we have to do is to make a group with the selection and the cycle. So let's make a group of this with Ctrl G, and remember to go out of the group, we press Tab. Tab to enter and Tab to go out. And now what I want is that from out, I want to control the position and the radius. So let's go in and let's delete this, that is the position of the cycle, and connect it here. And this is the radius of the cycle, so let's delete it and connect it here. So from outside, I can control the radius and the position. So we have this cleaner. By the way, I want to change these names. So let's go here, enter, press N, and go in group. And here in input, we can change this name. For example, position. And this will be the radius. So now it's easier to understand what is this and what is this. Okay, now how we create another cycle? If we have this group, let's change the name, cycle 1. We can do a copy of this. Let's make a copy and let's join it here with join geometry so we can see both cycles. Let's put it here. And if I move this, you will see that we have another cycle. Okay, easy peasy. So thanks to this copy, we can create as many cycles as you want. And you can change the position and the radius without affecting the other one. They share the same nodes here, but they have different inputs. So don't worry. Now, the important thing, how we make a selection of the intersection of both cycles. So to make the selection, because now it's being shown this cycle, by the way, let me change this by cycle 2, or I can say, show me the selection of this. Okay, but to join two Booleans, two selections, what we have to do is to use Boolean Math, this one, and then connect it here. Now it's not working because to apply this condition, when it's selected in AND, we need to add two selections. So this one and this one. And now it's working, as you can see. So how this works? Basically, this is telling you, okay, to apply this selection, I need two booleans to be true. So only when this boolean, this selection, and this selection is working, then I'm going to do this selection. So basically, it's telling you, okay, now I'm selecting the points that are inside, remember, this cycle 1 and the points that are in the cycle 2. But what I'm doing with AND is selecting only the points that share these two conditions. So the ones that are inside 1 and inside 2. Thanks to AND, as you can see. And if you want, you can change here, for example, to OR, and then now it's selecting, for example, what is in this condition and this condition. You can deactivate this, and now it's like a normal selection. And also you have more conditions. You have not, that is only one. Basically, it's like the inversion. It's saying, select what is not this selection. So the first cycle. Or you can select, for example, not and then it's the opposite of AND. Look. And you have others. The opposite of this, and you have equal, and then you have the opposite. So as you can see, you have a lot of things. These ones, I'm not sure, but the main point is understand this one, and if you want, also this one, or the opposite. So with this, we can highlight, for example, the points that are inside two areas. So this is really cool to explain, for example, when you have two groups of people and you want to say, this is the first group of people that have this condition, and this is the second group of people that have a condition, but these people is the people that have both conditions. And also what you can do is to give to these points one color and these points another color, apart from this color and this color. But what we should do then is to use another separate geometry, and instead of using this, just use this condition or this condition with another material. That's all. But I'm not going to do it here because then it will be too long. But at least you know how to highlight points inside a cycle or two. And remember that you can apply any other modification. Here just add this scale, remember. But for example, what I can do is to apply a set position and also make it like that, as you can see. So remember, you can do whatever you want once you have a selection created. I hope you learned something new, and if you like this video, please give a like, subscribe, and remember, you can donate this project and many more on my Patreon. And see you in the next tutorial.